Hello everyone, welcome to BasketNews Talks. I'm the host Donatas Urbanas, and today in Victoria Hotel Kaunas, I'm joined by Dante Exum, Barcelona guard. Welcome back, Dante.
Thank you. It's been a minute, but it's good to be back.
It's good to be back in Kaunas because it's a place where you have a lot of good memories. In 2012, you won silver medal with Australia youth team in under 17 World Cup, and just to give some background, I remember that you were cut by your under 16 team in Melbourne, right?
Mm-hmm.
Quite recently, and nobody was talking about you as, lottery pick, future NBA draft pick. What do you think? Did that tournament kind of change your fate? What kind of impact it had for your?
I think, that was kind of like the beginning of it, really. Kind of put me on the international stage. I know, just even, when I went to the NBA and talking to the scouts around there and just meeting some people was always, they saw me at 17s and 19s eventually. But 17s was definitely, the first time I was put on kind of like that international stage where people got to see me against, different competition. Back in Australia, it was kind of weird how we did things and how I wasn't playing as much as I could have or should have probably. But to go to a tournament like that here in Lithuania and then come out with the silver medal was, great for me.
What do you remember the most about that experience?
Well, being here in Lithuania, we actually love the Acropolis Mall. We were there every day. So I have a couple, of Rokas on my team, and I talk about Acropolis Mall. We were there every day. Even Nigel. So no, it's just good memories there. I even texted one of my old teammates from 17s about it.
You're coming from the NBA, and in the NBA, there's a very different coaching culture. So tell me your, let's say, most shocking cultural experience with Coach Šarūnas Jasikevičius. We know how hard he is, how loud he is, how smart he is. But what do you remember? What was that first moment like? Okay, where am I? Or this is way different from what I've used to.
I think it's tough because everyone kind of looks at it from the outside in. Obviously he's yelling and screaming but kind of at the end of the day, he's doing it all for a reason. We've gone through scouting reports and, I think it's good. It shows the passion that he has as a coach, wanting to, win, succeed, but the high expectation he has of us when we're on the floor. So I think that's all it is. And it just, he was a player. It shows his passion. It's, definitely a shock. You see it. I think the biggest shock we played, I won't say which coach it was, but one of the coach got ejected and took him 10 minutes to get up from the court. And we were sitting there waiting, and he just wasn't leaving. I was just okay, this is Europe. So. Yeah,
it was Coach Ataman when he screamed, "I won the cup."
Yeah,
that was one of the moments that should make the Netflix series of the EuroLeague.
Yeah.
Talking about the EuroLeague, you're coming to Lithuania as the MVP of the round 28, but I want to bring you to the beginnings of your career stage in Barcelona. First 7 games, you were averaging 13 minutes, scoring 3 points. What do you remember the most about that moment? Because, you're coming from the NBA, you had hopes, to regain your confidence, maybe to show off for the NBA people. What do you remember about that tough situation?
Yeah, I think, when you kind of come into a team, they've gone through preseason, they've gone through, I guess 20 games or something at this point in the season. And, I hadn't played in a month or two, and it was just an adjustment period, trying to see where I fit in the system. I was playing the 2 at that point. Now I've kind of shifted to the 3. So, I was just trying to find where I fit in the team. Didn't know any of the plays, translation problems. It was just a lot of things. So, as I got more and more comfortable, you saw a couple games start to seep through, some good games. But, I think I'm at a point now where I'm comfortable and, not only with me being comfortable out there, guys are comfortable playing with me and know where I'm comfortable getting the ball and how I can score and make plays. The coaches definitely they helped out a lot, just learning the plays. But it was just playing with everyone, practice, we practice a lot. So, that helped, just being comfortable out on the floor, knowing how the systems ran, what kind of plays we are when I don't hear the calls. Cause, a lot of the times during the first, month, we're playing in Panathinaikos, we're playing in Zvezda, and these loud places, and I hardly know the plays, and I got the guard trying to call a play, and I'm like, I don't know the play, don't know what he's calling because I can't hear him. So it's just a lot of the times it was just kind of like, all right, go in the corner and just try and play off that. So, but yeah, no, it's now I'm kind of fully immersed in the system and know kind of the flow of the game and how we're trying to play.
I want to take you through 3 very, let's say, important days or moments of your life. And first of all, the day when you were drafted, 19-year-old, 5th NBA draft pick. What do you remember the most? What do you remember about that Dante Exum guy? What do you like about him? What do you dislike about that guy?
I think the biggest thing I like, obviously, I was excited and ready to take on the world and everything. But I think going back to that day and once I got drafted, I kind of came in like not knowing expect. Like I never been on a pro team, so it was kind of adjusting and trying to learn on the fly how to be around guys. And I think instead of just having that go out and just play and I was trying to worry about everyone else. I think that was the kind of the biggest regret I had. But the draft day was a great day. I think it was just all the hard work that I put in, and it was just kind of like a celebration for me and my family, just to celebrate where I come from. The early mornings I had to wake up with my dad, and just to finally be in New York, kind of like the Mecca, and it was just a great experience.
And how do you remember the day or the moment when you signed papers with Barcelona and when you boarded the plane to Barcelona and you were ready to leave NBA after 8 years and to go to Europe?
Yeah, I think at that point I was excited. Obviously I wanted to stay in the NBA. That was always my goal. But I think at that point where I was, I just wanted to play. I'm a basketball player, and I was, everyone's season starting, I'm watching stats, games, everything, and I'm sitting working out, and I was just like, I just want to play. So I think, the opportunity arose when, a couple players here got injured, and I think for me, it was just like, all right, like this is an opportunity. I get to go to Barcelona, of all places, like crazy city, like beautiful, different culture. So, not only was it great for me to come over here and just play basketball, but, experience different things, and it's been great so far.
What's the most anticipated thing for you in Barcelona? What maybe exceeded your expectations? What do you like the most about this journey?
I think the fans. Like I've always been a big, like watching Europe, and one of my teammates that I had before, like he loved like Partizan, so he'd always show me videos of Partizan and they're crazy fans, and when they play Red Star. So I think that was the most thing I was excited about, and then coming over to Barcelona, obviously, like I knew they had great fans, but I think even just being in Palau and playing and not hearing anything. I can't hear the guy next to me. And then even like, the last week in the game, I got a chant for me. And, I think it's just kind of those kind of moments that kind of stick out. So
the next big moment for you, Tokyo Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
Bring us to the locker room, the Boomers celebrating the first ever international medal, bronze medal of the Olympic Games, and watching these guys like Patty Mills, Delavedova, Ingles, who set the footprint for all you guys, and finally there should have been some relief, right?
Yeah, I think the Olympics was such a big thing, because I mean it for us, for Australian basketball, it didn't start at the Tokyo Olympics. It's been a few years now. Like even when I first played 2014 and we were in Spain playing in the World Cup, we knew we had a good team then, that we could do something, that we could win a medal finally. And, every time it just, we seemed to come up short. It was, we'd always do good, and just there was that one game that we would just lose. And, you saw that at the World Cup in China, which I didn't play, but, anyone in that tournament would argue that, Australia should have won a medal for sure. And, they just happened to lose the last 2 games. And I think going into Tokyo Olympics, there was just a determination, not only from the new guys or the guys that hadn't been in the program as much, but, just looking at Patty Mills, Joe Ingles, Aaron Baines, Dellavedova, what it meant to them to, put on that Boomers jersey, to go out and represent the country. It just, it makes, a perfect example is Matisse Thybulle. He'd never been a part of the program, and you ask him about the Boomers now, and he'd tell you he's going to play every time he can. So it's just a different culture. It's a different way that we play and want to play. And but that locker room after we won, because it's kind of weird. We lost the obviously the semifinal to the US, and we were up like 15 or something. We were up, and we could kind of feel it. And we made a decision in that locker room after that loss that, we weren't going to let that stop us. And we went out, and Patty Mills played the game of his life. And yeah, it was just an amazing thing to be a part of. And, I can't wait for the World Cup next year, and then, Paris Olympics. It's going to be exciting. Hopefully we can get gold. That's the goal.
Yeah, probably we can expect some kind of, generation change in Australian national team, right? Well, what do you think? Did you even try to talk maybe with Ben Simmons, for example? What does he think about the future of Australian basketball joining you guys? I mean, you, Matisse Thybulle, Gide is coming.
Yeah, no, I think, I've talked to Ben a lot about it, and he wants to play. I think, for us, it's, different things goes on in, people's lives and all that. I was injured, coming into that to the Tokyo campaign. So, I just want to play basketball. I've been injured way too much. I just want to play. But, I think, there's a lot of decisions that go into it. And, I know everyone, that's talked to Ben and been around Ben knows that he wants to play. And when the time is right, he'll play. So. You
have as many as 7 Australian players in the NBA. I don't know how much do you follow the NBA right now, but who impressed you the most, for example, from this large group of guys?
Yeah, no, I mean, Giddy, for sure. No, Giddy's been amazing. He's taken so many steps, in his game and, his ability. And, that was the one thing when he was around the Boomers campaign, this past summer. I talked to him about it. I told him, go out there and, you know your strengths, you know what you do, and just go out there and play. And, he's been playing to his strengths. And, him being a taller guard is, giving him the ability to do that. So, he's definitely been, obviously the guy who's taking the biggest jump for sure. To
wrap up this conversation, let's get back to Barcelona. And when you came to Barcelona, when you joined Barca club, you kind of thought that it's going to be your, you're going to spend here 3 months to cover Corey Higgins' absence, and your plan was to go back to the NBA. What do you think? Why did you decide to stay? What did you see in that situation through these 3 months? Yeah,
I think for me, it goes back to just, I'm a basketball player, I want to play. And coming over here, I was given the opportunity to play, and, I was, they had shown, obviously the fans shown a lot of love and wanted me to stay. And, with Corey going back down, I think, if I kind of went back to the NBA, it's just so many unknowns. Is it a 10-day? Is it just going there and just sitting on a bench? So I think, I'm always going to back my ability. And I think for me in this time, I wanted to, instead of kind of going back and just trying to find a place or trying to find where the next home is, I just wanted to stay here, be comfortable. I started to get comfortable in Barcelona. I was starting to play well. So I think I wanted to finish out, and, being around the guys here in Barcelona, it's, there's that feel they want to win so bad. They were so close last year winning EuroLeague. So, I kind of felt that, and, I got a taste of it, playing in Copa, and, I want to win EuroLeague. I think that's the goal. Dante Exum, guys, thanks a lot for your time. Best of luck for the remainder of the season, and follow us on BasketNews.com. Appreciate it.